And welcome everybody to your yoga class. I'm Saraphina and looking forward to meeting you all in person once school opens. In the meantime, let's share a practice today to relax, center, and have energy for the day. So finding a seated pose, I'd love for you to just reach up high. Take an inhale and get tall. Exhale, push arms down by your side. We'll do that a few more times. Welcoming the day, breathe in. You can gaze higher forward. And let go, chin to the chest. And like a flower opening, let's repeat that a few times. Deepening the breath. Letting go with a big sigh with your exhale. One more like that. And now we'll come up again and reach. And now taking right arm underneath the left to either come to butterfly wings, holding the shoulders, or if you can squeeze your hands around to touch to Garudasana, eagle pose, we will slide this side to side. If you're here, little rock side to side is great. Let your head now turn opposite direction of your sliding forearms. And deep, easy breath here. Wonderful release for neck, for shoulders. And now at center, drawing elbows down to the chest, chin drops down towards your chest too. Give a big exhale. Lift elbows a little high, breathing in. And we'll release. Arms let go. Big exhale, coming back out and up, breathing in. And exhale, hands down. If you're sitting cross-legged, take a moment to please put the other leg in front. We always want to balance the pelvic floor muscles by switching up our cross of the legs. And if you're kneeling, symmetrical, stay with me. When you're ready, reach high, breathing in, everything your own pace. Left arm underneath the right as you breathe out. And we'll take it side to side or hands on the shoulders. First, gazing forward. Deepen your breath. Everything we do today will be beneficial, done lightly. We don't want to go to pain. Let's look side to side, opposite the elbows. And if you breathe more deeply, even skipping things that you're not wanting to do today, that's fine too. You will still benefit a lot. Stress coming down, and having more energy for the day. Good. And now to center, elbows down, shin tucks, breathing out. Lift as you breathe in. And exhale, arms release slowly. Let's meet on all fours, and I'll join you on my mat. If you want to take time on your way to get a pillow, that would be great for our practice today. We will begin coming to cat pose. So finding yourself on all fours, rounding the back as you breathe out, walking knees just a little behind your hips for a long low back. Inhale to a flat back. Bend the elbows a little bit. Chest towards the earth. Exhale, chin to the chest. Round your back. And continue. Plunge the heart down. Flat back, breathe in. Let your head go as you exhale. Middle back lifts. And deepen your breath. Take one more. And then flat back, and we will take a calf stretch. So right where you are, I'm just coming forward a little. Right foot planting back, follow the foot plants. Come a little forward on an in-breath, rock back as you breathe out. And if it's better for you to take this standing, like Jackie, who's on Zoom with me, if you want to press the wall here instead and put one foot in front of the other, Whatever helps you feel your calf. And now press and hold for a breath. Look side to side with your head. And exhale, taking the right knee down, left ball of the foot plants. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, feel the stretch as your heel reaches back. And you can feel as you exhale, the navel gently, naturally draws in, supporting your back. So we're not getting a big curve here, just a long spine, heel to top the head. Good. One more. Press and hold for a moment. Breathe into your calf, toes, and heel. Exhale, knees to the earth. Taking child's pose, we will now take knees just a little wider, big toes touch. Sink your hips back and stretch your hands front of your mat. Or if you're on the carpet or whatever, that's great too. You don't even need a mat. Exhale, let all the breath go. Inhale to breathe in and feel long from your hips to the fingertips. Breathe out the mouth with a big sigh. We're letting the low back muscles release. One more breath here. Walking hands a little bit off over to the right. Send the left hip crease back towards this place behind your seat. Breathe into the left side body. You want to not go so far that it feels pulling too much. Just a nice stretch. Back through center to the other side. And inhale, lengthen your right side body. Let go with a sigh. And one more time like that. Back through center. Just cultivating self-love, self-care today in our practice. Coming forward through all fours. Curl each toe under. Walk hands forward a little bit. And we'll keep the knees bent and slowly lift them off the mat, finding a down dog position. So in this position, you can bend your knees as much as you like to feel a long line from your palms up to your seat. Peek at your thumbs a moment. Root the place between the thumb and the first finger. That's where I want your weight. So get it off your pinky finger side. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, bend knees a little close to the mat. And one more exhale, lift your hips high. Walk to the front of your mat to a fold. Let's give the shoulders a little break. Here is where a pillow comes in handy, or even two pillows if you have long legs. Bend knees, peek at your feet, stacking your knees, ankles, and hips the same width apart. So everything is stacked here, hip width apart. Halfway lift, breathe in, bend knees more, and lengthen your back. Reach the head forward. Exhale, fold down and relax and let go. We'll round up to stand, but first, tap your feet, feel them, wiggle your toes. Then bend knees, feel the feet and legs heavy. As you round and roll up to stand, we'll reach out and up together, big breath in. Hands together down through center, breath out the mouth. Bend your knees, root your feet. Connect to the earth through the feet. Give a little wiggle here, shake, shake, shake. And nice and loose, be yourself. Reach out and up again, breathe in. Down through center, breathe out. And one more time, out and up. And bending the knees, dive down to your forward fold, all the air out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold down, breathing out. Putting hands beside your feet now. Blocks under hands if you have them and have long legs or tight hamstrings. Left foot back to a low lunge, breathing in. And we'll pause, bend your knee as you inhale. Exhale, bow crown to the earth as you somewhat straighten the front leg. Doesn't even have to be much. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten and hold this time. drawing the right hip beside the left, so it's not way in front, opening. Both hips are back. One more inhale, bend your knee, plant hands, downward dog, stepping right foot back. Exhale all the air out. Top of a push-up, breathe in and get long heels to crown. Rock a little forward and back to find your strength. You can put the knees down here instead, and we'll all take knees down. Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering like a plank of wood, your body. Down, all the way down. Lie down and rest a moment. Rest your forehead, let your heels flap open. Deep exhale, release into the earth. Feel your body heavy. Inhale, hands back under shoulders, back through top of a push-up or child's pose. Downward dog as you're ready. Just taking our time, stretching the fingers wide. And this is our time to connect to breath. So taking the knees down one more time, round exhale. Breathe in to bend the elbows and extend the spine long. One more round, breathing out. Inhale to a flat back before downward dog. Toes under, hips back. Take your time and meet me here when you're ready. Deep inhale. Bending the right knee, send the left inner thigh back behind you, keeping that foot on the mat as you exhale. So knees pointing forward towards your armpits, not going to the sides at all. And hips side by side, alternate, bending one knee and then the other now. Bending the left knee, send the right inner thigh back. And we'll let this go. Walk to the front of your mat to a fold. Or if you like to hop forward, that's fine, as long as your back feels good with that. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold down, breath out. This time, widen your feet a little bit, bend into your knees generously. And if it feels good, hands on the earth or behind you to interlace. We'll turn the head left to right, reaching hands just where it's comfortable for your shoulders. And can you put your belly right on your thighs by bending your knees a lot? Good. Roll out the head in a circle as you release your hands back to the floor. Slowly round and roll up to stand like you're a rag doll, coming to life slowly. Roll your shoulders back a few rounds, and we'll take the elbows back. And then wave the arms back, bend and open, bend and open. One more, greeting the day. And step to a wider stance, hands together. Let's take a deep inhale here together. Breathe out with a sigh and just let go. Hang. And one more time, reach up, breathe in. It's a big stress buster. Good. Reach up to a star shape now. Deep breath in. And then toe healing feet back to your hip width. Come down to your fold. Breathe out. Lifting halfway. Breathe in. Flat back. Exhale. Fold and let your shoulders relax. Hands by the feet. Right foot back for a low lunge. We'll take our lunge flow like last time. Inhale, front knee bends. Exhale, draw both hips back. Take your left hip with the right one here, side by side. Continue, inhale forward. Exhale back. Holding this time with the front leg a little bent, or maybe it's straight. Nod your head, yes. And then downward dog, bend the front knee, plant hands, step back. Top of a push-up, breathe in. Let's move a little bit smoothly. Exhale, knees or Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows close to your sides here. Lift your heart, breathing in. We'll add on, lowering the head, hands stay. See if you can float your feet up a few inches on the exhale. Plant the feet, inhale. Lift the heart towards the sky. One more exhale, lower your head, lift the legs, strengthening the back body, backs of the legs. And then back through all fours. We have requests for glutes, so a little strengthening first. This will be fun. Plant down in your hands. Now really plant the left one, drawing your right hand forward. Palm faces the middle line of your body. And you can work just with your arm or try sending the left leg back. Toes point down. Inhale, get long. Exhale, round in. Great for the seat. Inhale, extend. Breathe out and gather in. Middle back to the sky. 2 more. Notice if this makes your breath deeper naturally. Last one, hug it. And we'll change to the other side. Little round and extend first, just to work out the spine. Deepen and free up your breath. Be yourself. This is your time to connect to your breath, to do something wonderful for yourself. Any amount of yoga can be beneficial. Plant your right hand, left arm forward. So just the arm, or adding the right leg. So opposite limbs. Extend, breathe in. Exhale, middle back lifts as you round in. And repeat. So indulge yourself in deep breaths and see if the inhale can make it feel really floaty as you lengthen. And as you exhale, you'll come in close. Last one. Downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana in Sanskrit. Turn your toes under, send your hips back. Take a deep, easy breath. Exhale. We'll lift the heels up, breathing in. Breathe out the mouth as you exhale. And one more like that. Exhale, heels lower. And gazing back at the left foot. We'll take the left foot forward for warrior one. So dropping the right foot flat. Right toes angle towards the front corner of your mat on the right. So not to the side, not totally forward, but almost all the way forward. Hands on hips, track your hips forward if you can. And if that's difficult, move your front foot over to the left an inch. Reach up wide, or up through center, breathing in rather. And we'll exhale and just let the hands melt down. Like you're moving through honey. Come up through center, push high, breathing in. Get tall, long line from your outer back foot through the fingertips. Exhale, melt the hands down. One more like that. Up through center. And this time, exhale, interlacing hands behind your head. Inhale, open elbows wide. Smile if it feels good. And then push your arms straight out to the sides. We'll take some big arm circles. One more breath here. Suppose that energizes for the day. Great calf stretch. Take one arm across now, hook it with the opposite, circle the wrists. Still in warrior one. Change out the arms, bring the other one across, circle out the opposite wrist, outer shoulder stretch. And let your arms just shake out. We'll come to standing splits next slowly. So launching forward, fingers down towards the front corners of your mat. Right under your shoulders is great. And then sending the right leg straight back. Bend the top leg's knee and take knees side by side a moment. Put your hips side by side. Now keep them there and extend back through your leg. So we're not opening, we're just keeping the hips side by side. Really working the glutes. If you want more, lift and lower your legs slowly a few times. You can bend or be straight. And maybe you feel your body warming up a little bit now. We'll take a step back to a low lunge, back knee down, and reach straight up to the sky, breathing in. So in this pose called Anjaneyasana, you breathe from the bottom knee up through the body, and you can send the hips a little forward, but if that hurts your back, I want you to stay with me, right stacked. Bottom knee under the hips. Deep inhale, cactus the arms wide, last breath. Good. Take it through all fours this time. Exhale. Inhale. Heart down to the earth. Rest your forehead. Give an exhale. Just melt down and let go. Stretch the arms forward a little bit more for heart chakra opening pose. Send the sitting bones back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, melt the heart towards the earth. If there's shoulder pain, back off. And one more breath here. Backing up to all fours, hands under shoulders. Turn your toes under, downward dog back. And peeking at the right foot forward. Dial the back foot flat. Warrior one coming up. And little different flow this time. Push hands out and down, breathing out. You can walk feet to hip width again to get your hips forward. Come up through center, breath in. Push out as you breathe out. It's like you're painting the wall with your hands. And again, breathe in. This time we'll interlace. Go for the opposite grip for your brain. That helps. And drawing the elbows wide, deep breath in. Chin to the chest as you exhale. Inhale, reach up to the sky, look high. Picture your standing splits. So here we launch onto one foot. So hands down. Drawing the knees side by side for a moment. Here. And then extending back through the left leg. Left toes point down. Give your head a nod. Gaze is your bottom toe. And lifting and lowering that leg. Bend it. And what I'd love for you to focus on is keeping left hip beside the right. Feeling the glute muscles in the back of the leg. One more big breath. Wonderful muscles for hiking, walking, biking, anything like that. And then, let's step back for our low lunge. Left foot towards the back of your mat. Soften the back knee down. Sweep arms high. Anjaneyasana. And hands can reach straight up to the sky or be together. And again, you might hinge the hips a little forward or stay with me, hip over the knee. Deep inhale, stretch through your fingertips. Lengthen through the upper and lower arm and the waist. Exhale slowly, hands down to the earth. Back to downward dog this time, so back toes under, both feet back. Oh, a little different flow. So to power up slightly, energize, inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, hover your knees, ankle height. Check that your feet and knees are hip width apart, not touching. Please come forward to top of a push-up. Breath in. Rock a little more forward, knees down. Feel your elbows stay close to your ribs as you lower. This will protect your shoulders. Root the pelvis, root your feet. We'll do as we did before, Bhujangasana in Sanskrit, low cobra. Breathe in, lift the heart. Exhale, lower your chin or forehead down. Float the legs up an inch or two. Doesn't have to be a lot to work. Sometimes less is more. Root the feet, inhale, lift the heart. And now please come down halfway and walk your hands wider. So we'll do spontaneous cobra. Super fun. Dome up the palms. Roll one shoulder back at a time. If you have any back pain, I want you to lie down and do this one instead. But see if you have the space to roll one shoulder back. Chest moves side to side here. Good. We'll press back to child's pose when you've had enough. Hands under shoulders. Seat back to your heels. And take a deep, easy breath. Out the mouth. And now forward through all fours. Placing your elbows down where your hands were. So elbows parallel, wrist width apart. You can even hold opposite elbows a moment. And then put your hands right in front. Plant them down. So stay here, round and extend. Or if you want to try dolphin pose, just like down dog, but on the elbows. I'd love for you to really seal down your inner palms. Find that L of the thumb and the first finger. Root that down like a suction cup. And then as you lift your hips, stay broad across your chest. Can you feel like your back ribs are wrapping close together? Your heart shining towards your toes. Deep inhale. We'll take it to a forearm plank. So for strengthening, walk your feet back a little and come onto your staff pose. Create one long line with your body. Oh, let's lie all the way down. Nice job. Rest your forehead on the earth and let go. Let your feet flop open. This helps release the psoas muscles passively. Big exhale. And now we'll do something wonderful, stretching the largest muscle group in the body, your quads. So cradle your head, roll on one side, and bend the top knee, receiving the back foot. And line up your hips and knees side by side. As you exhale, deepen the stretch. Inhale, back off and get long, flexing the bottom leg's foot. Exhale, stretch. And one more big breath here. This can be a big release for emotions and muscles as well. Good. Bringing that stress down. Same on the other side. Roll right onto your other side. I'll come to face you. And bending the top leg to get a nice quad stretch. Exhale, feel the stretch. Inhale, lengthen through the body. Exhale, capture your belly back a little bit with the bottom of that breath out. And feel if that deepens your stretch into your thigh. If there's any pain in the low back, I want you to feel your low back lengthen as you exhale. Keep it long with the breath in. Good, one more breath here. And you release. Coming back onto your belly, hands under shoulders, drawing hips back to the heels, child's pose. Counter stretch the low back. Sweeping hands back to your heels so you make your body like a seed. Let your elbows and arms come down towards the mat. Let go. Stay here, especially if your neck is tender. If you would like to try rabbit pose, curl your toes under, coming onto the top of your head. Let's bring arms right by your sides for this one. So rounding from forehead on the mat to top of the head on the mat. And you can keep your hands where they are or hold on to your heels. So don't put a lot of weight on the top of your head, just a little pressure. Now, pulling your heels back, lift your back up so that your back is very rounded. Take a breath, a wonderful back stretch. And then gaze forward, slowly round up. This is where you can put a pillow between the upper and lower leg. Take your time to get that. And meet me when you're ready. We'll come into hero pose. This pose is great for digestion. You can try it with your toes curled under. If that hurts your feet, tops of the feet down. So sitting on the heels or on a pillow on the heels, better yet, we'll reach up, breathing in. And push arms out and down as you exhale. Shoulder rolls back, looking up and down. So no right or wrong here. Roll your shoulders back, move through the head. And then wiggle out the arms and just let go. Nice job. Coming back through all fours, or I'm changing my mind actually. From here, putting the tops of the feet down, but letting the pillow come away, we'll come into camel flow. So we'll do full camel pose, but prepping first, placing fingertips behind you. Inhale, lifting the hips, lift the chest, even the gaze can look to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly start to look from the ceiling to the wall in front of you as your hips lower. Then the elbows a little here. Lift, breathing in, slow. Feel expansive in your front body. And we'll back off, breathe out. See what you're seeing all the way down. You feel like you're not skipping things? Use your gaze. Look at a point right in front of you. One more. And now follow all the things you're seeing up to the ceiling with your eyes, with the heart. Good. Seat lowers back down. See all the things back to your original point of focus. Now standing on the knees, we'll come into the full Ustrasana in Sanskrit, camel pose. So stacking knees above your hips above your knees, glue them there. I want you to not lean forward or back. Just stay right here. Lift tall up through the fingertips. Notice how that moves your rib cage a little away from your hips. Now backstroke the hands to place where you would have back pockets in your jeans. Gather your elbows and shoulders back. Sternum, middle chest lifts towards the sky. Hands, glue your hips in place. Remember, we're going to keep them over the knees. And if it feels good, you can lift your gaze. Keep gathering the elbows and shoulders back. Good. Look back forward. Try with toes curled under. Maybe even touching a heel to an ankle and lifting the other arm high. So this is a side body stretch as well as a heart opener. Or the same one. Doesn't have to be big to be effective. Less is more sometimes. Deep breath. Changing out the arms, keeping hips above the ankles. Reaching up through the opposite arm. Or both hands on the back pockets. Last breath. Now everybody meet, hands at the sacrum again, base of your spine. Lowering your seat, reaching forward, downward dog as you're ready. Let's do one more standing series. Just walk it out first, bend one knee, one breath, the other the next. And then walk to the front of your mat, please, to a fold. Let all the air out, bend your knees and dangle, just like a rag doll. Let your head nod. Round to roll up to stand. We'll take tree pose next, but first, perhaps moving your pillow or pillows right in front of you. So I'll face you this way. Putting the weight onto your right foot, turning the left foot out. So left foot like this. Come high and low. And I'd love for you to practice sliding your back down an invisible wall as you lift and lower. So we're not hinging forward or back. Put a hand on top of the head and just feel how you can stay really tall. Feel from your bottom foot into the crown. And then moving that foot to the calf or thigh, look to one point. Maybe not me, I might be tippy, and that's okay. And if you are, that's okay too. Just exploring this posture. Little action of pushing thigh into the foot, foot into the thigh, or you can take it down to a low kickstand instead if your balance is more steady here. So either way, Vrksasana in Sanskrit, tree pose. Good, turning the palms upward at your sides to a receiving gesture. Now connect them to your heart, gesture of self-acceptance and love. Think about what you really appreciate about yourself right now. Maybe it's that you're trying this yoga right now, even though we're not back in the classroom yet. I'm grateful for you for doing that. And reach up again, and for all my Zoom friends too, I'm grateful for all of you. Let's wave hands down the center lines of the body. All the way down. And then just wiggle out the shoulders. Balance challenge here. And crossing ankle over the knee now. Hands on your hips, side by side. Come where I'm in front of my pillows now. Maybe even feeling your hands equally lower your hips towards the floor. Bend into that standing leg to feel it. Come into a figure four stretch for the glutes as requested. Surrendering the crown down. If this is awkward for you, I want you to switch out now and take it how we usually take it, which is lying down, right ankle over the left knee. So either variation. And take a deep breath. Exhale, letting go. Root into your bottom foot. We'll come out like we came in. So pressing into the bottom foot. It's a balance pose. Woo. Coming out for a minute. Come back to hands together at the heart. Let's release legs down and just shake out, shake, 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 shake. Good. Shake off to one side and the other. And shake side to side laterally. Let's now do the other side. Okay. So weight into the left foot, propping the right outward, hands on hips. Taking the right hand on top of your head. Feel that plumb line, which means a tall, straight line, the axis of the bottom foot through your crown. This will strengthen your core, the muscles of your standing leg. Look to one point now, maybe not knee, and either propping to the ankle, calf, or thigh, finding your tree pose today. Little action of squaring the hips side by side by pushing thigh into the foot, foot into the thigh. This knee opens gently outward, no force. And then let's trace up the body, hands like snakes. And then Nagashirsha Mudra, snake down, forearms parallel. Naga is like Sanskrit for a snake. So now move your arms like a snake. Let's make the hissing sound. And hands to the heart. Think of something different that you appreciate about yourself right now. Good. Cultivating that practice of self-acceptance and self-love. And then keeping the top foot flexed, crossing it over the knee. Hands guiding the hips so that one is beside the other. Come a little high and low, bend into that left standing leg. And maybe you can fold down to a prop to deepen your outer hip stretch, or take it lying down. Same as your other side. Either way, let go of the neck and focus as you exhale on releasing in your outer hip muscle groups. Good. One more letting go breath. You've got this. Plant the standing leg and we will ease. Remember, it's progress, not perfection. Ease back. Oh, let's take that foot down and shake it out again. Maybe you were more graceful than I was on that one. Reach out and up, shake out your leg, shake, shake, shake. And we'll take a wide leg fold while we're here. So, coming palms up to the sky, put your feet forward, and then feeling your hips, lift your rib cage away from the hips, bend into the knees with this long torso, and fold forward. So if your back gets sore, you can walk it down the legs. Take a fold and let go your efforts. Lock the knees. Slow circle to the head. And toe healing feet a little closer together. Heels in, toes out, heels in, toes out. Coming down, and we'll come to a deeper hip stretch. And get the backs of the legs as well. And I'll adjust the screen so that you're closer to me and I'm closer to you for this one. That's better. And Thanks for sticking with it. Coming to seated, extending one leg long, either side, pointing the toes. Feel your hips and rise straight up from there. Breath in. Turn to the straight leg, and now let's flex the feet and fold down, hands either side. You don't have to come deep. Maybe you're just straight up and you really feel the back of your leg. Inhale, come up a little bit, get tall, all the way through the top of the head. Now, how long can you stay tall and fold chest towards the body? Give one more inhale here. And exhale, head softening down, reaching towards your calf. Let's give the shin a massage. If you can reach your toes, give them a squeeze. And take a deep, full inhale, come up partway. Let's press down with the exhale, no force. Remember, the right stretch feels good and like a release, not pain. I'm not going for that at all. It's old history way. Then putting the same side arm in front of your leg, open your chest towards above your bent knee and reach your arms open wide, point the toes. So here, extend. Top arm over the head as you exhale. So that first pose we just did was Janu Shirsasana. It means head to toe stretch. This is Parvrita Janu Shirsasana, which means revolved head to toe stretch. And if you like, you can take your hand to Alapadma Mudra, which means your fingers and thumbs come apart like a fan. And it means Padma means lotus, a symbol of enlightenment in art and in dance and yoga. And slowly take your lotus to the sky, reach up. Let's take a seated twist for the glutes to open. So pretty easy. Crossing the bottom extended leg in front. We're not left and right. Lift your seat a little bit. Put it back down. Allow the bottom foot to be close to your sitting bone. Other foot planting down. Reach up. Now, whichever knee's on top, rotate towards that hip that it's coming from. And you should maybe really feel, no shoulds here, but you might feel a stretch into your medial glute connection here, through the top of your outer hip. And see, deep breath. Good. Modification for this is with the bottom leg straight. This is also a wonderful thing and a little easier on the knees. And slowly, let's inhale, release chest forward, changing out to the other side by bending that foot, putting it to your foot to the thigh. Point the toes, reach high, breathing in. Get tall. Exhale, Janu Shirsasana. Fold, flexing the feet now. We'll halfway lift. Breathe in. Lengthen from your sitting bones to crown. And take your heart forward, winding and cooling down now. Head releases towards the leg, and you can massage your lower leg or foot. It's grateful for all that your feet and legs do to support you. And accepting your body exactly as you are right now. And rising up, breathe in. Turning towards your bent knee, placing the same side as your long extended leg. Just place that arm inside the leg, palm to the sky. Rise up through the opposite arm. Feel from the heart outward a moment, a big diagonal. Deep inhale. And now, keeping both your sitting bones rooted, exhale, reaching any degree up and over. Maybe it's higher. That's okay. Maybe you reach to your toe. Variety is the spice of life. Taking Alapadma Mudra, fingers wide, deep inhale. Exhale, pause. We'll inhale into the top rib cage and along your lengthened arm and armpit. One more breath. And take that lotus to the sky, coming out of it, crossing the extended leg across. Scooting that bottom foot closer to your seat. Land down, this top one will rise. Breathing in. This is the place where I would love for you to check before we twist that your spine is long. You're not leaning forward or back. You're not rounding or arching. Tall, stacked, aligned spine. And then twist across. Backhand prop behind you or resting on the low back for support. Deep breath, gazing to the wall across or even behind you. Feel the belly come in and out. Good. After this posture, you have the option to take a resting pose and have a 45-minute practice, or continue with me for a few more stretches. Slowly unwind your shoulders forward and either coming to unwind and lie down to rest for about 5 minutes, or a few more stretches coming onto backs, planting your hands facing towards your knees and lifting up like a crab walk here. Hips towards the sky, chest towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, lowering down, all the way down. Coming to your arms to the side. And remember, you can let go. Here's the Shavasana pose. Just relax down. Or join me for a few more stretches. Little core strengthening too. So taking hands behind the head, let your head be heavy. Inhale, arch your back a little. Exhale, flatten into the mat. One more like that, we'll add on. Inhale, arch a little. Exhale, back relaxes and flattens. Keep it low. Inhale, feel broad across your elbows. Exhale, gather your elbows together and come up to a little crunch. So lift your hips slightly, lift the upper back slightly. And how slowly can you come down and widen through the elbows? Little arch. So controlled. Exhale, back towards the mat. Inhale, broad across chest to elbows. Slowly, keeping the navel low, come up to a little crunch. Release down, breathing in. Arch, one more together. Back to the mat as you exhale. Pause, stay back low, widen through your elbows. Elbows together, come up slowly. Use just your core. Stay high, but a little lower. Walking feet up to a tabletop to here, to right angles. Lower your head a little bit and we'll rotate right elbow across towards the left knee. And not coming up like this, staying low, rotating the chest. Inhale, center, elbows wide. Exhale, rotate your torso other way. And if it feels better to bend knees and take them higher here, I want you to feel your low back stay on the mat. So for more challenge, bringing the legs lower. If your low back comes off the mat, come up with me here. Inhale, center. Exhale, revolve. One more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And last one, inhale, center. And revolve. And placing your feet down, hands by your sides. Let's stretch out with a bridge pose. Curling the hips up. Look towards the sky for this one. Plant your feet in hands. And I want you to stop anytime your back indicates it's time. You know your back. I do not. So I'm trusting you're going to stop when you need to here. Staying here or trying with arms reaching up to the ceiling. Feel the weight on your shoulder blades here. Reach hands over the head, palms to the sky, and breathe and feel broad across your chest. Keep your arms here. We'll lower just the upper back. Save your hips. Relax. Lower the middle back. And stretch your spine long as you come down. Hips to the mat. Reach up to the clouds with your fingertips. One more. Take an inhale to prepare. Little arch. Exhale, low back to the mat. Curl your hips up towards the knees. Reach your hands above you, palms to the sky. And take a deep breath. It's a great pose to cultivate positive feelings and emotions. Slowly, hands stay. Lower upper back, middle back, low back. All the way down, and sweeping your hands to the backs of the thighs, take your legs up the wall now. Planting the right foot down, left leg high, flex and point. So this is a good calf release. It's also wonderful for sciatica. We're flossing the nerve that runs along the SI joint. So if you're doing this at home, you don't want to do for longer than 1 minute. It brings good sciatic relief. And then flex and bring your foot across to the midline. So rather than coming open outward, we're bringing it across towards the right side. Medial glute release again. And then back to center, gently hugging leg towards the body. Try it with pointing and with flexing. Maybe you're not that flexible, that's okay. It's not about getting more flexible, just feeling great, really. Naturally, you will get more flexible. Massage your leg a moment towards the heart. Straight out the other side. Let's flex and point. Slower is better. So we're dealing with the nerves at the sacral area. Take your deep breaths. And remember to drink plenty of water today to support your body. And then foot flex, taking it across to the left, 6 or 8 inches. Over your left hip is great. Keep the right hip down. Head rolls left to right here. Breathe. And foot back to center, holding behind your leg, drawing it a little more towards you or where you feel a stretch into the back of your leg. And let's release both legs long, arms overhead, and extend and stretch. Point the toes. Begin to circle your wrists and ankles all together. Preparing for Shavasana, our resting pose. And we'll begin with a relaxing pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees open. I'm going to put pillows under my knees for even more relaxation. You have time to go get pillows if you like. Feet together, knees open, hands on the low belly. Just letting go here a few breaths. So you feel a gentle stretch on your inner thighs, but not pulling. That's not actually beneficial. Soften your back down to the mat. Big, long exhale. If you ever get a headache, put a little pillow under your head, and this is a wonderful pose to help release a headache. Deep breath in. Breathe out and let go of stress. Breathe in calm. Breathe out with ease. One more full breath. Let go. You can stay here. or walk your legs out long and palms to the sky at your sides. Let go your efforts. Good job. Rest here a few moments. This is the most important pose of the whole practice. Doesn't mean it's an easy pose. See if you can lengthen your exhale or just let go of thinking of the breath. Let it be automatic. This is where body and mind repair themselves and receive. Because when we align the body and care for it, the body is created to really perfectly function, or function in a beautiful way. Lean into that knowingness. All systems have that intelligence in your body, in your mind. Let go all your efforts. Another moment here. And very slowly and gradually begin deepening your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping the face relaxed. 3 deep rounds of breath, slowly a little deeper each one. Breathing out with a sigh. An ah sound or just a big exhale. 2 more. And this one with arms above the head on the floor. Stretch out and breathe in. And let go. Hugging your knees into the chest. When you're ready, or longer where you are, do not hurry. Our point of yoga is to find center, relax, and restore. We can best integrate that by a very slow journey back. Give yourself a few juicy shoulder rolls back. Head rocks side to side. And thank yourself for checking out some yoga this day. I'm proud of you and look forward to seeing you in person when we do, everybody. Deep inhale, exhale, drawing your head towards the knees. Can you use your core and not your neck? Good job. Roll on your side. Bottom arm is a pillow. We'll rest a second, or maybe you have an actual pillow nearby. And let go your efforts. One last big breath, being held by the earth. Taking your free hand to touch the floor in front of you. Press gently into that hand to come back to seated. And I'll unmute my Zoom buddies in a second, but I'm going to say farewell to students at Grant Middle School. Look forward to meeting you all soon. Again, I'm Saraphina. Join me for other classes I'll share with you. Namaste. Look forward to meeting you all. And I'll